Hello, and welcome to an episode of Drinking the Kool-Aid. This is a comedy podcast dedicated to the mysterious. My name is Cassidy.
My name's Amanda.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh.
Immediately burped
Wow.
right out the gate.
Couldn't even hold it in for 2 seconds.
Well, if anyone's wondering, the Kyla hard kombuchas are very good, but they will make you burp.
They are so good. This is not an ad.
This is just Amanda's new favorite thing.
It's the best hard kombucha I've ever had because it's not like too overly tart, which I feel like a lot of kombuchas are. It just has has such a nice flavor.
I'm a kombucha lover, so
Well, you've gotten me into kombucha.
I know it's one of my prouder achievements.
I'm so LA.
Look at her. She's drinking kombucha. She's reading books.
I am reading books.
And she's liking it.
Who am I?
Who is this diva?
Who's this girl? She's a star.
Yes, that's right. A pinnacle of health
That's
and
right.
wellness.
And that's right.
She's basically Gwyneth Paltrow.
Well,
Just more evil.
I'm more evil
Yes.
than Gwyneth?
Than Goop.
I don't think I could never be as evil as Goop.
Did you? I don't know if Goop is evil or not.
I'm just assuming.
But I just assume anything that
Allegedly.
that would charge that much for a vagina candle.
Don't come after me, please.
Oh, she's got the money. She'll sue you.
Goop, I'm sorry.
Did you not follow that lawsuit she had about that guy that she allegedly ran into on the mountain while skiing?
Yes, I did. I remember that.
It was a whole thing.
Yeah,
it
so
was a drama.
Don't sue me just because I made a funny about Goop.
This is a comedy podcast.
I made a funny haha.
You named your company Goop. That's on
Yes,
you.
You named your child Apple.
That's on you.
That's on you, Goop.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with me. Anyway, Kyla hard kombucha. No, I'm just kidding.
Anyway, yeah, this kombucha's delish.
Yes, everybody, welcome to April. It's officially spring.
It is April. April showers bring May flowers.
I went out today outside and I was like, this weather.
It was gooping.
It was gorgeous. It was goopalicious.
It
It was
was.
so nice. Like birds were singing.
They were?
Oh yeah, the birds were singing. People were whistling down the street.
Did you have like a little moment with a bird, maybe?
Yeah, like landed on my finger.
You were Snow Whiting it
It
up?
gave me a little kiss, and now I have a weird sore throat.
You have the
and-
bird flu.
Gosh, no.
That's how it happens. You kiss a bird, you
That
get the bird flu.
Is actually quite literally how it happens.
So there you go.
I'm so scared of getting bird
Get out of
flu.
my house.
It's too late. I've already coughed on everything
That's
in
true.
here.
We've already made out like 7 times.
Yeah, that's
so.
how we get in the game.
That's
It's
how we focus.
Only way I know how to focus. And there has to be plenty of tongue action.
Once again, never beating the allegations. I do it to myself though.
You do.
Yeah. I'm like, God, I don't know why people ship me and Cassidy. Oh,
I don't know why everyone thinks that they're dating as we're holding hands walking down the street, kissing
we're
every 5 minutes.
caressing each other.
Yeah. Every time we get on live, we're just like holding each other intimately.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, it's important to be affectionate with your friends
It is.
and loved ones.
It is important.
You probably shouldn't kiss your kid on the mouth though, like over the age of 6.
You think?
Yeah.
Mm.
That's a big moment for me when I see an adult kiss their parent on the mouth.
I think I kissed my mom on the mouth far too.
I can imagine
Yeah.
that. And yeah, that is something that if I saw you do, you would never live it down.
Yeah. No, I'm fairly certain actually. Yep.
Yeah. No. Just do it. Just don't do it. You want to know exactly the vibe? Tom Brady kisses his kids on the mouth.
Yeah.
So horrendous vibes. Some would say downright sinister vibes from that man, especially with
he's sinister for sure.
especially with all the work he got done. He literally just made himself look like a slightly more evil version of Tom Brady.
Well, it's because Giselle's a witch. We know this.
And now she's having a baby with her new man, I think.
Who was like her karate instructor.
Jiu-jitsu, I think.
Okay, sorry. My bad.
Maybe it was taekwondo. It might have been taekwondo, actually.
No, I think it was the second one.
Jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, I can't say it, so I'm not
That's
gonna say
crazy
it.
that she's jiu-jitsuing
All over the place.
all over the place.
They're jiu-jitsuing over here,
Over there. everywhere.
Everywhere.
And that, kids, is how you make a baby.
That's right.
I don't even know for sure she's pregnant. I just heard.
No, she is.
She is? Okay.
Well,
okay.
okay, don't quote me because now I don't know. I'm questioning everything.
You were so confident. I was so confident. This is why we have the big stamp that just says allegedly.
Allegedly.
That just comes across the screen from time to time on
Also,
our show.
it's fine because they'll just yell at us in the comments and say we're wrong. So who cares?
They do like to do that.
They always do it, and it's fine. And I go, yeah, you're right. We were wrong.
Sometimes I'll get a DM or a message, you know, that'll be like, just so you know, like this fact is wrong. And I was like, cool, what does that have to do with me? And they're like, well, in episode 78. And I'm like, oh, girl. I don't remember what we recorded 2 weeks ago, let alone episode 78. Episode 78, that's not even me. That's a totally different gal.
Yeah.
I don't even know her.
We don't remember stuff we've said in the episode that we just recorded. And then when we listen back, we go, oh my God, I totally forgot I said that.
Oh, yeah. And sometimes I'm like, these bitches are kind of funny.
Like, damn,
I'm
making my own self laugh.
We did that.
We do be doing that.
But yeah, I'm so sorry. If you message me, first of all, I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy you're smarter than me. But who knows? I could be really smart now. That was so long ago.
That's so true. Or you could be dumber.
Probably dumber.
Yeah, I think
yeah,
so.
Let's be honest.
But it's fine.
But that's okay. That's life.
That's life.
That's all there is.
Stunning.
Dun, 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 and wake up in spring or whatever.
That was beautiful.
That Frank Sinatra song.
Yeah, I loved it.
I can't remember the words,
Well,
or I can't remember the words, or clearly the rhythm or
Melody.
the melody.
Whatever it was, I thought it was lovely.
Thank you. It was like that's life. Parentheses Cassidy's version.
Exactly.
You know, like how people do that with Taylor's version. It was Cassidy's version.
Definitely Cassidy's version.
Yeah, for real.
So I think that, I mean, I totally could be wrong here, but I feel like we might get some new listeners because of the new TV show, The Studio. Because it is really good. I don't know if you watched it.
I have seen like clips of it. You told me to watch it. It's on HBO, right?
It's on Apple.
Oh, I don't have Apple.
Oh, you got to get my pass.
That's why I haven't seen, what's it called either? The new season of Severance.
Take my
So
password.
guys, please stop sending me spoilers.
Girl, get my login.
Every time I get your login, it logs me out of things.
Really?
Like I'm already logged out of your Disney account.
Really?
And it was like, you gotta re-up. And then I was like, well, it's midnight. They're definitely both asleep. And I know Sam's not going to check his email right now.
Oh, because you have to get the code from Sam.
Yeah, because I'm
Yeah.
like not on your home Wi-Fi or whatever. Honestly, we got to figure out how to scheme around this.
Yeah, you guys, you're getting too good at this. It's getting really annoying.
If they're going to get good at figuring this out, how to kick us out of things, we as society, as the civilians, need to get really good at working around that.
Yes.
So if some really smart people could start that for me, I would love to donate to your cause. Frankly, don't really understand how internet or Wi-Fi works. When I try to think about it too much, it makes my head hurt.
I have like 3 different Wi-Fis in my apartment. I don't understand it.
I just don't know. It's just the air. How is there just internet coming from the air? I don't know.
I don't know
guys.
either.
And guess what? I don't want to know. So please don't try to explain it to me.
Don't.
I'm so happy you understand it. That is why I need you to figure out how we can, in my opinion, allegedly, and this is a joke, scam Disney, Netflix,
Please.
and Apple TV.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
It's a joke, though.
But that's a joke.
Like, if you knew how to do it and you want to slide into our DMs, like, that'd be so funny.
That would be a really funny joke.
It would be hilarious.
That you made.
Yeah.
And maybe we can turn on vanish mode when that's happening.
Absolutely.
But that's the whole point of the
that's
joke.
the community that we've
That's the whole joke, basically.
we've brought together. You know what I mean? Like, just people that get the joke.
They get the joke.
They get the joke. Wink, wink. Anyway, so the show. So it's like the first 3 episodes are out right now, but the first 2 episodes are literally all about like them making a movie about Jonestown and the Jonestown massacre.
Yes, it's what's his name, right?
It's Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen, yeah.
So they say drinking the Kool-Aid in that episode 1 million times. And I'm just like, if anyone's like looking up drinking the Kool-Aid, what it means, we're going to pop up in those bitches.
Maybe we'll be up there in the Google hits.
I think we might. So, hello.
Welcome.
Sorry to disappoint you if you're here, but we love you.
Are making jokes.
We're making jokes.
We're just making jokes. Don't tell Tom Cruise about it.
Don't tell Seth Rogen either, apparently.
You can tell him. I think he'd think it was funny.
He might like it, actually. Yeah.
I think that he would
but
think that's funny.
definitely not Tom Cruise.
So I've been watching
Oh, tell me.
Happy Face Killer.
Is it good?
It's very good.
That girl, I think her name's Annalise something. She's like a super Broadway star.
That's what I was trying to figure out right now of her.
I love her.
Because I listened to the podcast.
Yes.
And so it's based on that. They took some creative liberties.
It's based on the
obviously.
Happy Face murders.
Yeah, the daughter did a podcast.
Oh, okay, nice.
At least I'm assuming that this is.
I think that's what it's based off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I watched the first 3 episodes or whatever is out, and I thought it was really good. And she's a good actress, that blonde lady.
Yeah, she's a big Broadway star.
Her name is. Why is it giving me the cast of Scream? It literally is giving me the cast of Scream.
We're like, Courtney Cox Arquette was not in this.
No. Oh my gosh. Oh, because there's also a movie called The Happy Face Killer. Okay, so this one's just called Happy Face. Yes, Happy Face. And Annalee Ashford.
Yes.
Yes. And Tamara Tomakili. She's really good too, which is like she plays like the reporter that's working with her.
Nice. What's it on?
Really like it. Couldn't tell you. Think it's Paramount. Paramount Plus.
Wow, okay.
Which apparently I'm subscribed to.
I think if you have Prime, you get Paramount.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's really good. I liked it a lot. And it's like very, I don't know. It's shows like kind of the complicated situation of being related to a monster and afraid that you're that you're that way too. And also just like the remorse, like you feel guilty for the families, like you did it, but you didn't do it. And so she's kind of like trying to work through this.
Okay.
It's very good. Very well done. I like it a lot.
I'm going to give it a try.
I'm going to watch The Studio.
Perfect. I also started watching, just because I had nothing else to watch the other night and I was trying to fall asleep, I started watching Beverly Hills Housewives, which I've never watched a housewife.
Isn't that what Vanderpump came from?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I started it.
Okay.
And did you know, okay, one of the main women from Beverly Hills, Kyle Richards, she was the little girl in the original Scream movie.
Yeah.
Or a Halloween movie.
Yeah.
Sorry, not Scream.
Yeah.
I was like, that's crazy.
How did I know this and you didn't know this?
I don't know. Because I'm a huge Bravo person, but I've said this before. I've never watched The Housewives. But yeah, they talked about it in the first episode and I was like, oh my God, she has a little connection to me with horror.
Oh, I was like, what do you have to do with those?
Horror and Bravo. Hello, my 2 favorite things. What do you mean?
No, sorry.
I am a housewife. I am Kyle Richards.
I thought you were about to be like, and my uncle worked on that movie or something. just that you like horror
just
in
that
general.
I like it.
That's the tenuous string that we've connected between you and Kyle.
Is what I like.
Kyle, come on the podcast.
That is how I am connected to Kyle Richards. Okay, and she is also Paris Hilton's aunt.
And guess what? She watched The Simple Life.
Yes,
once.
I did. And House of Wax. There you go. I'm connecting all of the dots here. You're fucking welcome.
Literally love House of Wax.
Yeah. Chad Michael fucking Murray. My
That
love.
is an underrated film.
It's terrifying.
It's really scary. And there's some really good quality kills in that movie.
Yeah. Horrifying.
Yeah. Know what? We need to start collecting
Teeth.
Sure. Yeah. I've been asking to do that forever.
I don't want to do that. But I have been having a lot of dreams about my teeth falling out lately. So it's on my brain.
I was going to say recommendations for movies we should watch for spooky season because it's going to be upon us faster than we know.
It really is.
And you guys love when we do our little watch movies and tell you about it thing. So
very excited for the new Final Destination movie.
So excited for the new Final Destination movie. I am a Final Destination slut. I love those movies. I watch all of them regularly.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't call myself a Final Destination slut.
Maybe a tease.
Maybe a tease. Definitely a tease. Because those movies, when I tell you, like, to me, the scariest thing on the planet.
That log scene affected a whole generation of us.
They ruined my life.
And
the tanning bed scene.
Oh, the tanning bed scene too, yeah.
Ruined me.
And here's the thing. If you we're also ruined by those, you don't even need us to describe what we're talking about. And if you are too young to know what we're talking about, sounds like you need to have a Final Destination marathon this weekend.
Yeah.
They're all on Max.
They are all like, even the last one, or was it? I think it was the last one, like the 3D one or whatever.
Oh, amazing.
It was still
The
really
twist
good.
at the end?
The twist?
Incredible.
The twist was incredible.
You didn't see it coming at all.
No, you didn't. I screamed.
Me and my boyfriend were watching it together, and we both were like,
yeah,
couldn't believe
it's
it.
Crazy.
Like, okay, M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Love him.
It was not M. Night Shyamalan, by the way. I'm just saying there was an M. Night Shyamalan style twist.
Who is the director
of the last one?
Well,
I mean, it would be like the writer that.
I guess they would all be. They're all different, huh? Like one person didn't create the whole
Final Destination. Let me pull
it was
up
an M. Night Shyamalan twist. Actually, they talked about M. Night Shyamalan in the 3rd episode of The Studio.
Oh, really?
Yes, with Ron Howard.
The writers were Jeffrey Reddick and Eric Bress, and the director was David R. Ellis of Final Destination 3D.
Well, great job.
Final Destination.
Well, it's not the final because there's a new one. So you were wrong.
Some guy's title, sorry, on the IMDb, Justin Wellborn as racist. And then there's somebody else, Krista Allen as MILF.
Definitely would rather be the MILF than the racist.
I had to choose one. Yeah.
What if someone was the racist MILF?
Oh, no. There's probably plenty of those.
Oh, no.
You know, those are a dime a dozen.
They just name her Karen.
Yeah, I love Final Destination. You guys should all go watch it.
Yes, please do that. But no, back to M. Night and back to The Studio really quick.
Yes.
What was it? A Beautiful Mind? That's a movie?
Yes.
Was that Ron Howard?
I don't know.
Okay, because apparently there's a big twist in that movie that they spoiled in The Studio, but I've never seen that movie, so I was a little upset.
Beautiful Mind. I caught him on IMDb fucking every 5 seconds on this episode.
You're the IMDb queen right now. Maybe you should
Ron
donate.
Howard directed it, yeah.
Yeah. So have you seen that?
When I was a kid.
No. Apparently that also has like a M. Night Shyamalan twist.
Got it.
To it. But I was spoiled and I never seen it and I want to see it now.
I saw it when I was a kid. I mean, not when I was a kid, probably like in high school or whatever. But it came out in 2001. So it's like pre our time.
Yeah. I was never spoiled for The Village though.
And that's a crazy one.
And that movie is fantastic.
I love that movie, and I have been a defender of that movie since it came out. And I remember people hated it when it came out. Everyone thought it was so stupid.
Yeah, I still don't get that.
And I do not understand it. It was so scary. The monster in that movie literally had me at the edge of my seat. And then the twist ending was so shocking. And there's a double twist ending. So you think you know what the twist is. And then there's another twist. And you're like, oh my God, twist on twist.
Twist on twist.
It's like the fucking Wetzel's Pretzels up in this bitch. You know what I mean? The way we're twisting and turning.
You're twisting throughout multiple different twists.
It's like a twisted tea.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's twisted and it's tea.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Once again, great movie.
Great movie.
We will be stans.
M. Night.
Forever.
I will watch anything. I don't care how many movies you make.
The Sixth Sense too. I just watched that for the first time.
I will watch them all. You just saw The Sixth Sense? Oh yeah, you texted me that.
I told you about it.
That's like actually crazy.
And it was amazing.
I love The Sixth Sense. Another one that I saw probably way too young, way younger than I should have seen it because I pretended to be asleep. Ooh, same with The Others. Do you remember that movie?
Yes.
That had a good twist too.
Yes.
I pretended to be asleep while my older brothers were watching it. And just had my eyes barely open like this.
I like when you pretend to be asleep, you look like you're in a coffin. Every time. You do that every time.
That's how I sleep.
You're always like, I pretended to be asleep, arms folded right in front of me. Like I'm buried in the ground.
That is kind of low-key how I sleep, just on my side.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Arms folded like that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like on my chest. Where do you put your arms?
All over the place. I'm fucking flailing. Maybe that's why my fucking back hurts.
That's probably why your back hurts.
Dude, I really need to figure something out. We need to get like a mattress sponsorship up in this bitch because my back, guys.
And it turns out mattresses are really expensive.
Their mattress, not even mattresses, mattress toppers. So my back has been hurting so bad for the last 4 days. And I'm like, okay, obviously it's my mattress.
But it's not even just the last 4 days, because you were saying this last week too.
Did I say this last week?
Yes.
Oh, so it's been a whole freaking week.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We got to do something about this. What am I going to do?
I don't know.
Who do I call?
I would say you should probably just invest in a mattress topper.
Dude, mattress freaking toppers, not even a mattress, just a little thing that goes on top of your mattress are over $400. That's insane.
How you could afford that?
Tell me.
Don't go to the Jonas Brothers once.
Oh.
See, so it's not that you can't afford it.
You're putting me in a sticky situation here.
Not that you can't afford it. It's just you have terrible money management skills when it comes to priorities.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's a rough one. That's a rough one.
See? Well, maybe if your back is fucked up enough, you can go viral on TikTok and be like, I had to buy a mattress topper instead of go to the Jonas Brothers concert, and then they'll give you free tickets.
They'll feel so bad for me that I had to spend all my money on a mattress topper.
Back.
Yeah.
Your geriatric back.
Yeah. They'll be like, oh my gosh, you had to fix your back instead of buy our concert tickets? Here you go.
It's a sacrifice.
That's right.
Yeah. But yeah, you probably should just buy a mattress topper.
I know.
We got one as a gift last year, and I always thought like those are bullshit. I'm like, there's no way it like makes that. Yes.
Did you get like a memory foam one? Like, what did you get?
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's soft because I like a soft bed.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's like foamy. It's probably like this, like 2 inches thick, and it's supposed to like cool your butt, like your bed down.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that actually does.
Can you send me the one you got?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it literally, I used to be a tosser and turner really bad. I don't really at all anymore. I sleep in like this much square footage of the bed, like 1.5 feet, and like that's all I take now. We also used to fight because we both would be tossing and turning, and he'd be like, "You're taking up too much of the bed," and I'd be like, "You're taking up too much of the bed." We don't have any of those issues anymore, just because I think we're just comfortable. It's just more comfortable.
Well, yeah. I'm gonna need to get that link.
I'll ask Margaret, because Andrew's mom is the one who gifted it to us.
Margaret,
and she is
link a woman of girl.
She's a woman of luxury.
She
and
is
taste.
Oh, she is.
Yeah,
I know.
If Margaret says it works, it probably does.
Okay. Yeah. Well, send it on over, because I'm over it. I'm over my back problems. I'm over literally not being able to get out of bed, and then I walk with my whole body just hunched forward to the kitchen. Like, I don't even know.
Maybe you need to start stretching.
I did that too, and it's just not working. I rolled out.
Well, then there's only one option left. Mattress topper.
Yeah, I know, guys.
Aren't you supposed to like flip your mattress every 5 years or something?
Yeah, the really sad part is this mattress is not that old. It's like 2 years old.
So it's really just you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need your geriatric problem solved.
I do.
You need to be 10 years younger.
Wow.
Don't we all?
Wow. Okay. Well, unfortunately, I can't rewind the clock. I'm only getting older. So
ain't that the truth?
Here we are.
Ain't that the truth? Yeah. No, the worst part is like when you start to get older, sometimes you'll sleep weird and your neck just hurts for like 3 days.
Oh, the kink in the neck?
And yeah, and you like can't turn your head a certain direction. That's the worst.
Sometimes it's not even like sleeping. Sometimes I'll just like move in a weird way and it just like, you get stuck. Do you know what I mean?
And it feels hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so scary.
And you're like, oh my God, if I move 1 more inch, like my whole neck's going to break.
Did I ever tell you about the time that I thought I paralyzed myself?
No.
I was like, okay, for the record, I did not do anything dangerous or weird. I'm insane. Okay, when I was like 13.
You were 13.
Yeah, when I was like 13, I had one of those beds that you had to like crawl up into, a loft bed.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I had just watched some movie or show or something where the person was like cracking their neck all the time, like side to side, you know?
That will paralyze you.
And you know, when you're 13, like you're like 90% of your personality is like whatever movie or TV show you most recently watched.
Or when you're 33.
Or that too. Fine. But yeah, like when you're just like, oh, that's so cool that he did that. And so like, I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start cracking my neck. And I was like getting up into bed. And like as I was like getting into bed, I like went to go crack my neck and I like tripped. And so I cracked it real good. And then I was so embarrassed, I just laid down in bed, flat, the flattest I could be, with my arms crossed. And then I was like, oh, I just paralyzed myself. And I convinced myself that I couldn't feel my feet. I was not paralyzed, guys.
You could feel everything and move normally.
Just absolutely. And I was just laying there, and all I could think was, oh man, my mom and dad are gonna be so mad at me when they come to wake me up tomorrow morning, and I can't get out of my bed because I can't get down.
Yeah, because you're paralyzed.
Because I'm clearly paralyzed.
Yeah,
I clearly paralyzed myself. And when you think about a body part for too long, and then you're like, I literally can't feel that. Like,
yes.
Or you can like make it hurt because you thought about it too hard.
Oh, I can convince myself to do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The power, God, our brains, the power that we have.
The power of our brains, truly.
The mind power.
Truly.
And so I literally I didn't go to sleep the entire night, just laid there, so stiff as a board. And then my mom comes in and is like, my mom used to always wake me up with that song. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up this morning. Don't stay in bed and cover your head. It's time to get up today.
Are you kidding me right now?
Or she would do, rise and shine and bring God the glory, glory.
Oh, I know. You've said that on the podcast, and people resonated with that a lot.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that your mom
would sing
both of those songs to you is a horror movie in itself, in my opinion.
Everyone's like, why do you have such weird sleep issues? Why are you not a morning person?
Because I have to wake up with those songs.
I was so scared.
Oh, I'm gonna start opening your door at 7 a.m. and just sing those songs to you.
And I'm not a morning person. Like, I wake up at like 11.
It's because you don't have your mom to walk in the door and sing those songs to you.
But yeah, so she came in singing that shit. And I was like, okay, Cassie, just play it cool. She doesn't know that you're paralyzed. And then I immediately moved my feet and hand, everything. I was not paralyzed, clearly. But I did spend a good 9 hours just laying in my loft bed, 4 inches from the ceiling. We did not have high ceilings. Like, I had no business.
Well, that's also why you probably couldn't move. Because you can't get up.
I had no business having a loft bed in that room, like this, so average height. I could barely sit up. And I did bonk my head a lot.
Yeah, I bet.
A lot, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is kind of what I'm going through right now.
That's basically what's happening to you right now.
No, really.
Yeah.
I fell. I fell trying to walk to the kitchen this morning.
What?
It was bad.
Where were we? Was it at the photo shoot? We just did a photo shoot on Monday. Was it at the photo shoot that you were complaining about your back too?
Yes.
Yeah. And then you were texting me about it.
Because every time I got up, I was like, oh.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so we did a photo shoot and we probably took 700 pictures. We'll probably like 4 of them.
Hopefully.
Yeah, because it's going to have to be unheard of. A photo where both Amanda and I look at ourselves and think, that's nice.
Uh-huh.
That's way harder to do than you would think. But the next day,
prayers for us.
Prayers for us. We did like a couple different poses and a couple different stuff. Also, like, being a model is really hard. Like, really sorry any shit I ever talked to you guys about models.
The way that at the end
I was sore the next day.
Me too. At the end of this photo shoot, which by the way was literally with a friend of ours.
Yeah.
Shout out Angelica. Thank you so much. We both looked at each other and Cassidy just goes, wow, I need to give models more credit because this shit is hard.
Yeah. I was like, damn, they're just doing this all day, every day.
Yeah.
And then we would be posing. I was like, it was so difficult.
It was hard.
Yeah, it was crazy, guys.
Well, hopefully those pictures look good and you guys will see that soon.
But yeah, the moral of the story is I was genuinely sore.
No, same.
Yeah, afterwards.
Yeah.
Whew,
wow.
Well, speaking of people who are definitely going to see the photos from the photo shoot.
Yes, tell us.
Probably first look, I would say, to our patrons.
First look.
Let's welcome some of our new cool kids.
Let's do it.
So welcome, Teresa.
Hello, Teresa.
Welcome to Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Welcome to Haley.
Hi, Haley.
And Kaylee.
Haley and Kaylee.
They did not join together. They just happened to join minutes apart.
Hello.
Welcome to Sarah L.
Hello, Sarah.
Welcome to Ryan L.
Hello, Ryan.
And welcome to Harley C.
Hello, Harley.
Thank you guys so much for joining our Patreon. We live and die by our Patreon, so genuinely it means so much to us. And we put so much content on there. We do so many fun interactive things on there. Right now we have a book club going where we're reading the new Hunger Games book. We also have our little fake Flat Stanley.
Flat Stanley-esque project.
Called Haunted Helen. And we have that available to all of our members on Patreon. And like I said, the Patreon subscriptions start at literally $2 a month. So that way you get bonus content, you get ad-free episodes, and you get to be involved in the Haunted Helen participation, I guess.
Project.
Yeah.
And she is on her way to her first destination.
Yes, she is. So thank you guys so much for joining our Patreon. If you can't do that right now, we totally understand. But if you could leave us a 5-star review wherever you listen, and maybe a couple places you don't.
Yeah.
Or give us a little thumbs up or a like or follow or whatever on YouTube. All of that type of engagement makes a huge difference to our podcast and the visibility of our podcast. But we just wanted to say thank you so much for listening, and we totally dig you.
We totally do.
Yeah. All right. So today I'm going to be talking about someone who I did not know until this week was my personal Lord and Savior.
What?
Literally owe this person my life, probably. We're going to be talking about Antoine-Augustin Parmentier.
Okay, he sounds like
French.
Yes. I was gonna say he sounds like a religious figure or something.
No, better. Well, kind of. So my sources today were Feeding France, which is a book by E.C. Sperry. Well, not a book. It's like kind of like a book, but kind of like a study. Whatever. It was with Cambridge University. The Farmer's Almanac, an article by Amber Knuckle.
What a nice last name.
Yeah, but it's not spelt like knuckle, but it's spelt like knuckle, kind of. I don't know. We don't know. But this one's my favorite. PotatoGoodness.com. Potato goodness.
Are you kidding me?
And of course, Wikipedia.
Wow. Really stuck on potato goodness right
Love
here.
it, right? I know when I was like reading the article or whatever, and then I go to scroll up to see, I'm like, potato goodness.
I mean, maybe the housewife thing wasn't connected to me, but this is connected
This
to
definitely.
me.
The strings are connecting.
I love potatoes, and my last name's Goodness. Okay?
Yep. And I'm just saying, you're going to also love this guy.
I can't wait.
Okay, so first let's talk about potatoes.
Yes.
Mash them, boil them, throw them in a stew. Potatoes. So potatoes originated in South America, and they weren't brought into Europe until like the mid 1500s, which, can you imagine living in a world with no potatoes? Like, where potatoes and tomatoes, by the way,
What?
don't exist.
Potatoes and tomatoes?
Because I believe
Potato.
I believe tomatoes also came from South America, and until the Spanish colonizers went over there and then came back, they didn't even have these things. Isn't that crazy?
I would simply die without both of those things.
I know. So a guy named Sir Walter Raleigh, he introduced potatoes to Ireland in 1589, and that was one of the first places where like people got into like actually eating potatoes. And over the next 40 to 50 years, potatoes spread across Europe, but because people didn't know how to cook them properly, and they also, like, the edible part of the plant is the root, right? Like, there's a potato plant, but then there's like the potatoes are actually in the ground, and it's a root. So that, and then also probably racism, because this is stuff that came from what these people deemed inferior, people who lived in South and Central America. Obviously, that is not the truth, but they were like, oh, this is just like animal feed. Like, this isn't what they like. Humans don't eat potatoes.
Well, then call me an animal.
So they were mostly used for animal feed for like the next 200 years.
Wow, those animals ate good.
I know. Except for Spain and Ireland, where they figured out like, oh, you have to like cook potatoes for them to be good. And
someone accidentally like boiled them in hot water and then tried it and was like, whoa.
It was like, oh shit, this slaps.
And if I put some butter on that,
let's go.
That's going to slap even
a
harder.
Milk.
Oof.
With some crusty bread. Okay, my favorite thing. This is
I'm
disgusting.
hungry. I'm so hungry.
So gross. But my favorite thing at Thanksgiving dinner is to have a roll and fill it with potatoes, like mashed potatoes and gravy, and then eat it.
That's not gross.
You know what? I'm realizing
people
that, like,
do that all the
British
time.
people just eat chip bunties, which is the same thing.
I'm pretty sure like most people like to do that.
Okay. My family would mock me relentlessly.
Well, Your mom also would wake you up in the morning by singing creepy fucking songs. So.
I remember there was a picture of me at my brother's house one year when he was hosting Thanksgiving, and I was literally like shoving that into my mouth.
Yeah.
And then everyone would send it in the group chat and be like, Cassie's carb loading.
I like to do that during Thanksgiving.
I would do it tomorrow if I could.
I would do it right fucking now, actually.
I had a baked potato for dinner the last 2 nights in a row.
I have a bag of potatoes right now on my counter.
A baked potato is probably one of life's
greatest pleasures.
Simple pleasures. Yeah. And it's so easy.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's so low maintenance. You could be like, I might want a potato in an hour, and you just kind of throw it into the air fryer or the oven, and then it's just there, and you're like, wow, this is so good. Wow. Whatever toppings feel right, you know? Okay, anyway, sorry. I love potatoes.
Me too.
Very passionate. So there was a lot of bad press around potatoes, and it actually got so bad that in France, they outlawed the Sorry, I got too worked up about the potato rant. It got so bad that in France, they even outlawed the cultivation of potatoes in 1748, stating that potatoes might cause leprosy.
What?
Yeah.
You guys were so wrong about potatoes.
So this is where my personal hero comes into play.
Give it to me, baby.
Antoine-Augustin Parmentier. Sorry, it's spelled not like that, but it's French, so it's Parmentier. He was born in France on August 12th, 1737.
He's a Leo.
We have a Leo king on our hands. And he was a big-time smarty pants. Best way to describe him. But of course, when he was 19, the 7 Years' War breaks out, and he is sent into battle and ends up as a prisoner of war in Prussia.
Oh my gosh.
So Prussia had actually been experiencing a famine for years, and the war had only made it worse. So the king of Prussia, Frederick II, had actually mandated that all peasants start growing potatoes, and did like a whole campaign where people were able to obtain cuttings and plant their own potatoes in their personal gardens. And so potatoes were becoming like a more popular peasant food in Prussia. So now back to Antoine. He's sitting in a cell, you know,
because he's a prisoner.
This is what happens when you send nerds to war. He should have been at home. He should have been in the club, okay? And he is fed meals and rations that are mostly potatoes.
And I don't see a problem with that.
Dude, are you kidding me? Lock me up. Let's go.
And throw away the key, baby.
I don't want to be in war anyway, buddy. I'll just stay in this cell and eat potatoes for a couple of years. It's cool, man. So when he's getting these meals, at first he's like offended. He's like, this is pig food. Because he had only ever seen potatoes used as pig food, pig feed. But he starts eating them, and he's like taken aback because he's like, wait, these are really good. Like, this tastes good. I feel full after I eat them. I'm not like becoming malnourished. Like, there's clearly vitamins and minerals that my body needs in this brown rock thing that they're giving me. And he's like, dang, how did I not know? Like, potatoes are, first of all, succulent and amazing. And I don't know how they were being prepared, whether they were boiled or roasted or whatever. But he's like, these fucking rocks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's a prisoner of war for a few years. And when he's released, he returns to Paris in 1763 when the war ends. And when he returns to Paris, he goes to school to finish his studies in natural chemistry, because that's what he was studying in school before the war began. Once again, it's the smarty pants. So immediately when he gets back, he starts singing the praises of potatoes.
As he should.
And I'm assuming because people are like, hey man, what up, Antoine?
How was prison?
You were just in prison for like 6 years. Why do you look so good and healthy and normal? Like, why don't, like, this is what I'm assuming. And he was like, dude, potatoes.
No, that's actually factual.
This is factual. Quote me on it. And he starts telling people how these potatoes actually are really high in key nutrients that humans need to survive, and they help you stay full longer. They grow extremely easily, and that people should be growing them themselves at home and eating them. But like I said, there was a lot of bad press around potatoes at this point.
You're telling me this man is the reason that we have.
He's the potato pioneer.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, you're right. He is a god.
Yeah.
He is a god.
This is my, I'm gonna make like, you know how people wear like those little saint necklaces? I'm gonna have one of him.
I will join in on this with you.
Do we have any metal workers out there who have an interest in potatoes? So he's like singing the praises of all of these benefits of potatoes, but people back then, they were acting like it was the 1990s and they were pretending like potatoes are bad for you, which they're not.
Don't fucking pretend that.
For the record, potatoes are extremely high in volume, pretty low in calorie for how like nutrient dense they are. It's like one of the best foods you could eat for health, weight loss, or just to be satiated on a budget.
It's like way better for you than rice.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And like even like it's because people think of like French fries, but it's like, no, a baked potato.
Fries.
A baked potato is like 150 calories and you can put whatever the fuck you want on it and you're full for like 6 hours. It's amazing. And it'll cost you 50 cents to make the entire meal.
I would kill for one of those right now.
I am probably going to have a baked potato tonight. It's as a treat.
It is a treat.
And then the skin, if you put it in the air fryer after it's done,
get it crispy.
And then you like put a little oil and salt and pepper. Oh, and then the skin is so good. Oh my God. Potatoes. I love you. Can you be allergic to potatoes?
I would jump off of a building. Okay.
What's the point of living?
There would be none.
There would be none. But he's like, look at me, dude. All I ate was potatoes for literally years. I look healthy, no leprosy, no diseases. I'm not even malnourished. Like,
wow.
Have you ever seen a prisoner of war return and have like more pep in their step?
He was probably jacked and hot too.
Oh, I assume with this kind of brain and mindset. So he decides to make it his life goal to rehab the potato.
Yes,
in the brains of the French. So in 1772, he was actually given the chance to argue his point as a part of a contest that was sponsored by the Academy of Bastion. So he did a study where he fed patients with dysentery, which dysentery, we all know what that is. We all played, what was that game? You died of dysentery. Where you would like the Oregon Trail.
Oh,
Americans will know.
I was like, I don't remember that, but yes, I did play the shit out of that game.
It was like a little game that would like teach history that we all played when we were in elementary school.
Yes, I did not learn any history from it. I just played it.
You learned that you probably were going to die of dysentery.
See, I didn't even remember that, but I did die a lot from probably that.
Yeah, probably dysentery or getting or like cholera or getting trampled by your horses.
I always got trampled by my horses.
They didn't like you.
Probably because I didn't eat enough potatoes.
Probably not enough potatoes on you. So he starts feeding these patients high potato diets. And it helped their nutrient levels stay up. It helped heal them faster. It totally worked. The patients were gaining their weight back because one of the symptoms of dysentery is like rapid weight loss because you're literally pooping your brains out constantly. And their other symptoms, like bloody loose stools, lessened the more potatoes that they ate. Because potatoes are also high in fiber and things that are good for you, and that'll help keep you regular.
Listen, you are just making it so I need to eat potatoes every single day.
I'm on my potato pulpit, okay?
I love it.
So this study actually did win him the award and did wonders for the public opinion of potatoes in France. The Paris Faculty of Medicine declared potatoes edible in 1772 after his study came out. So before they were like outlawed, like nobody's allowed to grow them, don't eat them. And he does this whole campaign, wins this award, and they're like, you know what? We're going to declare them edible. Like this is a huge win, but also edible is a far cry from like a recommended food to enjoy.
Yeah.
And there was still a ton of pushback against him even planting potatoes in the garden at the hospital where he worked. So he was a full-time pharmacist and he worked at a hospital. And there was like a church connected to the hospital. And they were like, absolutely, we will not allow you to grow any potatoes. Ew, the dirt food on our grounds. So you cannot grow any potatoes in our little garden connected to the hospital.
Well, I bet you feel really stupid now.
Huh. And
okay.
That's why you're not going to be on my little pendant.
That's why you're dead.
Potato Poppy is, okay?
That's right. Ooh, Potato Poppy. Oh, that's for sure him. Saint Potato Poppy.
Saint Potato Poppy.
Yeah.
Despite what people called his weird obsession with these foul potatoes Antoine was a super smarty pants, so he just kept rising in the ranks of medicine. And he was also utilized by the government like pretty often for his input on nutrition specifically, because he was really focused on nutrition being a part of wellness. So, you know, there's medicine and stuff like that, but he was like, yeah, but also like, the other things you ingest are a big part of like what will make or keep you healthy or get you healthy when you're dealing with a sickness, which was a pretty revolutionary idea back then. So in 1779, he was asked to teach at the Free School of Bakery to help stabilize Paris's food supply. So between the wars and poverty, there had also been like a blight on a lot of like wheat production and stuff like that. There was a lot of food scarcity in the region. And so his idea to make everything stretch further was to add boiled potatoes to your bread to make it denser. You would need less flour because flour came from wheat, which died easier and also could easily become contaminated. He invented potato bread.
Bitch.
One of the best breads.
I fucking love potato bread. Are you
Me
kidding?
Too. A potato bun with a burger, like a homemade backyard burger.
Cassidy,
get out of here. I'm so hungry.
You are so lucky that you gave me a cookie when you walked into my car, because I would be foaming at the mouth right now.
just fucking screaming. She would have gone full feral.
Yeah, I'm about to crawl under this table, flip it over.
And that would be terrible for her back in her condition.
You guys, my back hurts so bad. Less bad now that I'm drinking all this kombucha.
The kombucha helps. Yeah, so he literally invents potato bread and is like, hey, dummies, we can literally put potatoes in basically anything to stretch the lifespan and also to just like make it more nutrient dense because everybody is starving. So in 1800, Napoleon Bonaparte appointed him the first army pharmacist, which gave him a lot more freedom in his pro-potato campaigns. And during a meeting with the king and queen, he actually gifted them the purple flowers from a potato plant to kind of up potatoes' status. And
wow.
He would also throw extravagant parties where most of the dishes were potato-based.
Potato parties? We should have a night where we do like a potato charcuterie board situation. All different types of potatoes.
I was going to say, okay, can I bring the loaded baked potato?
Yes.
Can that be mine?
Yes.
My assignment?
100%.
Yes. Okay, we're totally doing this.
I mean, and also potato vodka. All the drinks can be.
Yes.
Oh my God. Wow.
One time, this lady that I used to know, they moved to New York, so I haven't seen them in a long time, but they're really sweet and they're Jewish. And she was really into making latkes. And I used to go to their house for Thanksgiving every single year. We always had a plan to do a potato and vodka night. Like latkes, she would make latkes, I would make baked potatoes, and we would drink vodka.
Oh.
But it didn't happen because then COVID hit and then they moved to New York. But
well, this is perfect.
This is basically in that spirit.
And this is perfect because Kate makes amazing latkes.
Yes.
And so that could be her charcuterie board.
She didn't get to make latkes this year.
No.
So now's the time.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. This is happening.
Wow.
Everybody throw your potato parties. And
everyone,
I want to see what you made.
Hold on to your potatoes because we're having a party.
So he would invite local scientists and doctors to, indulge in these potato parties and to prove to people like, see, they're not getting sick. They taste good. All of these people that are smart and that we trust are eating these potatoes. And he even had Benjamin Franklin at some of them.
Not only he had Napoleon Bonaparte on his side, but he had Benny Franklin.
Good old Benny.
Wow.
Because Benjamin Franklin was the ambassador to France for the United States.
Wow.
While the elites were beginning to indulge in potatoes, the more common folk were still not convinced, right? There was a lot of misinformation and miseducation around potatoes, and these were not exactly people who were getting educated regularly. They're peasants.
You mean you're not listening to your influencers on what they like? That's crazy.
Well, I think also there was probably a lot of thought of like, well, why would they want anything good for us? Keep in mind, this is like right around the French Revolution. Like the French Revolution happens during this time span, like where they cut everybody's heads off.
Yeah. Got it.
You can imagine that there wasn't a lot of trust in the higher systems.
I don't blame them.
I can't either.
But for a potato,
I
might.
I'd risk it all. I'd risk leprosy. So before Napoleon Bonaparte had like made him this big guy, right? King Louis the XVI, I don't know. 12th? I don't fucking know. That's none of my business.
XVI sounds better.
Had granted him a large plot of land in 1781, and he actually decided to turn it into a little bit of like a tricky promo plot for beloved potatoes.
Oh my gosh.
This is so fucking genius. This is like what made me want to tell this story was this part. So he planted potatoes all over this plot, and he hired heavily armed guards to protect the crops. So this obviously brought a lot of attention from the locals. Like, well, why can't we have any of these? Like, why are they protecting it? I want it. What the heck?
You always want what you can't have.
But the guards stood watch all day. But when the sun would go down, they would leave, go home, and these clearly highly coveted crops were left completely unguarded.
Well, that doesn't seem very smart.
Mm-mm. So this led the locals to sneaking into the plot, taking clippings, taking full plants, and taking like mature roots home for themselves. Of course, Antoine quickly replaced any lost plants and planted more and more potatoes as more and more people came and stole clippings and began planting potatoes in their own home gardens. Soon, so many people wanted these potatoes and knew that they might not get any at all if they waited for the cover of night that they started offering guards bribes to get their hands on some of these potato plants. The guards took the bribes and let people take as many plants as they want, because that's exactly what Anton told them to do. He had said, let anybody take anything that they want, just make it seem like they're not supposed to have it.
Ooh.
Because that makes people feel like they're getting away with something sneaky and precious that is actually just for the elite, but now they're stealing it. But that was his plan the whole time. He had even told the guards, if you ever catch anyone stealing plants, like just pretend like you're going to chase after them and like let them go.
I was going to say, what were the bribes? Like,
Yeah.
What
like
were they getting?
I think they would just like give them a little bit of cash or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I would love to be that guard who was like, I can take this bribe legally and I don't even get in trouble with my boss.
Yeah.
And I get some cash.
Just show me the left boob.
Let's go.
You're good.
Just the left.
Just the left one.
I can just imagine the right one once I see the left. So this actually is one of the things that led to increased popularity of the root across Paris at first, and then eventually all of France. Many fresh potato dishes are actually named after Parmentier. Like they'll have like pomme Parmentier, or there's like one that's like kind of like a shepherd's pie.
God, I love shepherd's pie.
Yeah. And he also most likely helped popularize potatoes in America indirectly, because like I said, they had Benjamin Franklin at some of these potato parties, and he also had Thomas Jefferson, who had once been the ambassador to France.
Yes, as we know.
And is the third president of the United States. He actually was the first president to serve potatoes in the White House, which basically brought them from like a struggle food, like, oh, like only poor people eat potatoes, to like, no, everybody eats potatoes.
Why didn't they talk about this in the Hamilton musical?
This is the thing.
This could have been an entire song
yes,
about potatoes.
And I would be singing it to this day.
I want to sing it right now.
So during his White House residency, his presidency, his residency presidency, from 1801 to 1809, he served potatoes in the White House and like really elevated the status of the food. So that way, when there was an influx of Irish immigrants moving into America around that time, it just solidified potato as a staple food for the country.
Wow.
Yeah. It's said that his work in popularizing the potato in France, which was on and off experiencing famine and crop death, this actually probably saved countless lives from starvation, disease, and things like that. And keep in mind, like I said, all of this was happening leading up to and during the French Revolution, and potatoes had become an essential food source for the French common man during this time. So while I didn't read anything that said this, I feel comfortable saying that this man probably helped fuel the political resistance that led to the French Revolution.
You hear that?
Because he loved potatoes. Listen, they didn't cut his head off.
Because he gifted the world.
No historians come and yell at me. I think that I'm probably right.
This man revolutionized potatoes. in our world.
He brought potatoes to the forefront.
Like, come on. How could you have anything negative to say about this man?
Beyond that, he's also the dude who helped popularize refrigeration to help extend the life of foods that expire and spoil.
We need that.
This dude was literally the coolest.
He is my saint and my savior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Potato Poppy.
Potato Poppy, we love you. I'm going to pray to Potato Poppy every night.
Me too.
Yeah.
Bring us more potatoes.
My mom's going to be like, wow, it took this to get you to pray?
I know, right? Don't worry. Sometimes I ask for St. Anthony's help when I can't find a parking spot.
I always ask for St. Anthony's help. Literally, I'm all, I don't believe in anything religious. And I'm like, St. Anthony? Where's that thing that I lost?
For some reason, St. Anthony he seems the most legit to me because I have found things after praying to him.
Firsthand that I found something, which was like crazy.
Yeah,
because it was a tiny little ring that was lost for like 2 weeks,
and it was in a spot we had already searched.
And I fucking prayed to St. Anthony, and he helped me find it. So I think praying to St. Anthony is okay, and I think praying to Potato Poppy is okay.
The two greats.
The two greats of our time.
So Parmentier did end up dying, of course, as people do, on the 13th of December, 1813. So
he should have rose again.
He did. I know. Can we get him back?
Like, come on.
What else is he going to tell us about? What's he going to tell us about next? But he did make it to 76, which was like pretty good. He is buried in Paris in a plot ringed by potato plants. And there are like multiple big statues of him around different parts of France. And most of them have it ringed with potato plants or him giving out potato seeds to people.
Oh my God.
So I just wanted to say thank you for your service.
Yes.
I think in my mind, you are one of the most influential people that have ever existed on this planet. And I will not take that back.
If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have loaded fries. We wouldn't have baked potatoes.
And frankly, I don't think I would be able to make it without loaded fries.
No, what would you do? Like, genuinely, what would you do? Like, but I'm sorry, Taco Bell wouldn't have their potato tacos.
Oh my gosh. Well, and then think about it. America and Mexico would have never combined for the greatest food of all time, carne asada fries.
That's what I'm saying. Loaded fries. Like, that's what...
Once again, guys, I hate to keep hammering this point home, but multiculturalism fucking pops off, okay?
And all because of Potato Poppy.
Potato Poppy.
Saint Potato Poppy.
Yes. So yeah, that is the story of Potato Poppy, Antoine-Augustin Parmentier.
I'm going to need someone to draw me like a potato saint.
Yeah, like where he's praying and there's like little potatoes.
Yeah, and then it says Saint Potato Poppy.
Saint Potato Poppy.
Yeah, I'm going to need that from somebody. So
patron saint of potatoes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm sure there was, like I said, there's multiple other people who were involved in potatoes becoming popular in various different places. And we love them too. But this story in particular, just the way he like tricked people into stealing them, I thought that was so cute. And the way that he literally like dedicated his entire life to potatoes. And because he wanted to help people, he was like, you fools.
Like, potatoes are good.
Well, he was like, you fools.
Yeah.
You're so hungry. And look at this thing that's right here that's so easy to grow, nutrient dense, filling. Like, it has everything you could ever want. It's customizable. You can put it in stews. You can roast them. You can, just throw them in the fire and ignore them. That's my favorite way to cook. Like when I go camping.
Fry them, mash them, put them in a stew.
Yeah, boil them, mash them, put them in a stew.
That's it.
So yeah, hopefully now you guys can all go forth with the vim and vigor of Antoine about whatever thing you're passionate about.
Also, I would love to know, like, is there anyone out there that doesn't like potatoes? Because that would be crazy.
I feel like there's so many different ways to make them that, like, let's say you don't like roasted potatoes or whatever.
Yeah. Okay,
but do you like French fries? Okay, you don't love French fries. Okay, but have you tried hash browns?
But that's what I'm saying, though. Isn't it weird that they're all the same thing? Yeah, they're just made differently.
Yeah, it's just how you prepare them.
So like if you don't like textures. One of them, it's kind of weird. I mean, I could kind of understand if someone didn't like mashed potatoes versus French fries, right? Like that's different.
Yeah.
But still, they're all made from the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird.
Even people have different French fries. Like people hate In-N-Out's French fries, right? And then some people love them. And some people hate steak fries, and other people hate those little tiny fries.
I have never met a French fry that I don't like.
I would say steak fries are probably my least favorite.
Really?
Just because they're always floppy.
Well, that's not true. I've had some crispy steak fries.
I've had very few, like where it's like a wedge, you know, like where it's like fat.
Oh, I love that.
I hate those. It's too much potato in there. Like because when I'm eating something like that, it's like more of like a vessel to bring ketchup or ranch to my mouth. Like if I'm going potato forward, I'm going baked potato.
It's like a spoon potato.
Yeah,
potato spoon.
And it's really more about the texture. Like I'm looking for crisp. Mm-hmm. Except for I do love In-N-Out's French fries. Unpopular opinion, they're like one of my favorites. I love them.
Not my favorite, but I do like them.
Yeah.
I don't, like I said, I don't hate a potato. Never met a potato I didn't like.
Once again, this is me just preference wise.
You know what I also really like?
If you put a bunch of steak fries or wedges in front of me, I'm gonna eat those.
What are those potatoes that are like layered?
Scalloped potatoes?
Yeah, love those.
Love scalloped potatoes.
Love those.
Oh my gosh, I went out to this super fancy dinner for Valentine's Day. We had a gift card, and so it's like a place we would never ever in a million years would have gone. And we ordered scalloped potatoes, and it was just cubed potatoes in cream sauce.
That's not scalloped.
And I was like they tasted good because it's just potatoes and cream and cheese, right? But I was like, this isn't scalloped potatoes.
Yeah.
And I was like, how are you going to charge fucking like $20 for a side of this?
Because they're fancy.
And that's why you don't go to beep. I'm not going to call them out. I'm sure other people like it, but.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome so much.
I love Saint Potato Poppy till the day I die.
I think you might have to have a baked potato for dinner tonight.
I'm going to have potatoes maybe multiple ways. Who knows?
Potato party. You got to start planning.
Potato party.
You got to start planning.
I'm ready. I'm fucking ready. Let's do it. Okay, so my turn.
Yay. I get to sit back, relax, sip my drink.
You do. We're going to take a little detour from potatoes, and we're going to talk about sliders.
Like burger sliders?
No, I wish.
Oh, I was like, one of my other favorite foods.
Wouldn't that be so nice?
I'm a big fan of sliders.
Sliders.
I'm a big fan of sliders because sometimes burgers are like, they're just a lot. It's like intimidating.
They are. I get that.
And so the sliders, it's perfect.
Because they're little and compact.
They're compact. If I only eat one, I can bring the other one home. You know what I mean? Like when you start a burger, that's a commitment.
Once again, though, like the way you eat really upsets me. Oh, I'm only going to eat one slider. I'm sorry. They're this fucking big. I'm going to eat 4.
It's because I'm a grazer. So like I will eat the same amount as you. You just eat like 3 meals a day. That's it. I like snack and graze all day.
Okay, question. How many White Castle sliders can you eat in one sitting?
In one sitting? Like if I put my mind to it, I could probably eat like 8 or 9, probably 12.
Okay, I respect that answer.
Yeah.
I'm not putting my mind to it. I could eat about 8.
I think it's because I love eating so much.
Me too.
That I want to be experiencing flavors all day.
No, that's fair.
So like the way you eat, like you just inhale things and like then you're like, okay, not hungry anymore. I like to eat things slowly because I'm enjoying eating it so much.
That's fair. I respect that.
Yeah. So like if I'm really loving something, I'll like eat half of it and be like, eat the other half in like an hour. It's not even like I eat it for the next meal. Like I eat it again like an hour later.
Okay. I always thought you like saved it for the next day.
No. Oh
and
my God. No.
And I would
no,
be
no.
like, oh my God, how does she do this?
No, absolutely not. Oh my God. If I ate like that, I would not look like this. I'll tell you that much. I would be looking a lot different weight wise. No, I literally, and Andrew always makes fun of me because like we'll make dinner and I'll get a plate and he'll just clear his and I'll like be picking at mine for like the next like hour and a half.
Okay.
Because I like to just savor it.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
But like a burger, once you start a burger, you can't bring half a burger home. That's fucking stupid.
I mean, I definitely have before, but you shouldn't.
Yeah, it's just not the same.
Yeah, it's not.
But like sliders.
You can bring a whole ass slider home.
Sorry, guys. What a tangent.
Unfortunately, we're not talking about sliders that you eat today.
Okay.
But we are talking about a different type of slider. So before we get into it, my sources were liveabout.com by Stephen Wagner, historicarchaeology.weebly.com, medium.com by Kenneth Thomas, CNN.com, a whole lot of Reddit, and then, of course, Wikipedia.
Of course.
Of course. So like I said, we're not talking about the sliders that you eat that we just went on a tangent about for 5 minutes, but we got food on the brain, people. So
I know we're clearly hungry.
We're very hungry. But today we're talking about a strange phenomenon known as street light interference.
Oh, yes. Okay.
That type of slider.
Yeah.
So there are many individuals and groups of people that believe that they have the ability to not so much control, but like mess with or interfere with street lights, security lights that are outside of buildings, or electronics, electricity, things like that in general.
Yeah, like there's something about like their aura or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've never watched Stranger Things, but I do believe Millie Bobby Brown's character often like shatters
Yeah, like when
with
she's
her
doing
mind.
like her thing. I only watched the first season, but yeah, like when she's getting all amped up, all the lights are
the lights flicker and they blow out and stuff. So it's kind of like that. But this is real people who claim that this happens to them on a daily basis to the point where it doesn't feel like a coincidence.
Yeah.
So the term slider is obviously referring to these individuals who have this like type of power or possible psychic ability. Who knows really what it is. But the term was actually first coined by a British author and paranormal researcher named Hilary Evans back in 1993 in his book, The SLI Effect. So Hilary wrote this book basically after receiving dozens of reports from people claiming that the street lamps would respond to their presence in a way that couldn't really be explained.
Yeah.
He told CNN, "It's quite obvious from the letters I get that these people are perfectly healthy, normal people. It's just that they have some kind of ability, just a gift they've got. It may not be a gift that they would like to have."
Also, I don't know if that's a gift. Like, we can't do anything with it.
No, you can't. That's why he said like it's not really something they want to have.
Yeah, it's like what are you gonna do? Like, ooh, like what? Like you're getting like chased down the street by like robbers, and you're like, time to unleash the gift.
And then all the lights just go out
and
around
you. make like one street light flicker or like go out or whatever, and the robbers don't even notice. They just kill you and steal your shit.
And they're like, my gift though, my power. What the fuck?
You're gonna be sorry you messed with the wrong slider. They're like, gearing up. Like one street light turns out, and they're like, can somebody shoot this guy?
Yeah, so I think we've all kind of had that one moment in our lives, at least I definitely have, when you walk under a street lamp
and it turns out
and it goes out and you're like,
or turns on,
or something like that, and you're like, oh my god, this is so crazy, look what I did.
Okay, wait,
tell me.
Did you ever convince yourself when you were a kid that you had telekinetic powers?
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
in this way actually, where like lights would go out. Okay,
I convinced myself I could move things with my mind, and that if I just tried hard enough, it would happen, and then my whole life would be fixed.
Did you?
No comment. But I would literally, like, if I ever have an aneurysm, it's because of all the time I just was like, being Carter, and all I was doing was just like pushing blood to my brain and probably giving myself a heart palpitation.
So sliders and ESP do, I feel like, kind of go hand in hand a little bit.
Okay.
So like kind of.
So a lot of these
like
people who feel like they are sliders also feel like they have other abilities.
Not everybody, but there are definitely a few people do try to connect it, I think.
Got
like
it.
Just
Okay.
in psychic abilities in general.
Okay.
Okay, do you remember? Sorry, I just have to say this because for me, this was like a significant moment in my life. And I think we've talked about this on the pod like years ago. But your light in your room was out for like weeks.
Yeah.
Literally weeks. I think you just did that. I just did something. Guys, my doorbell just rang. I don't know if you could hear that. My doorbell never rings.
I didn't even know this bitch had a doorbell.
My doorbell never rings. I just did that.
Whenever a doorbell gets rung, I just assume it's either the police or it is a pizza delivery man. Those are the only two people allowed to ring the doorbell.
What about a package?
You leave that shit there and you walk away.
That's fair. That's fair. But yeah, no, in college, Cassidy's light was out in her room for like weeks and I hadn't been in there.
Like the big top light.
Yeah, it like to like basically the whole room.
Yeah.
And I walk in one day and the light turns on and Cassidy looks at me and looks at the light and goes, that literally has been broken for 3 weeks.
Yeah, it had been burnt out for so long. And then it wouldn't turn back on. And then it did it like 3 other times that she came over.
Only when I walked in,
Only
though.
when you would walk in.
So I'm just saying, that seems a little slidery to me.
Who am I?
Who are you?
Whom am I?
Who are you to say that I'm not a slider?
Little old meep?
Little old yoop?
Little old meep? I don't think I have the right to say anything.
No.
I just talked about how I thought I paralyzed myself.
I'm just saying.
The power of the mind, the body, and the spirit.
It's like, it's actually wild. You know what I mean? But yeah, so like, I think we've all had that experience where you're like walking under a lamp or a light post, it turns on or off, and you're like, holy fucking shit, that's weird.
Yeah.
Did I just do that? So of course there's many different reasons, you know, why a street light would go out. Sometimes they just shut off at a certain time of night. Sometimes they just malfunction, just like any other electronic device does, you know, on occasion. Allegedly, some of them can react to like a car's headlight, which I didn't know, but apparently that's what they say.
Okay.
Or of course they're just at the end of their life cycle, like a light bulb, and they just burn out.
Yeah.
Like my light bulb in my bathroom literally just went out after it had been flickering on and off for like weeks, and it finally just completely died.
The flicker's never good.
No, it flickered so hard too. Like it would be on completely and it would be fine, and I would be like in my bed writing a story, and it would just start flickering like crazy, and then it would stop and it would be on again.
I hate that.
Yeah, but it went out for good. So, but the sliders, they don't buy these explanations because they are saying that it's not just like one street light that'll go out when they walk underneath it. It'll be like a whole row of street lights.
Like a whole block or whatever. Okay.
So like as they walk under each one, that's when the light will go out, and it'll happen over and over and over again as they're walking down the street. And then they'll start to turn back on even sometimes when the person continues to walk.
Yeah, this is 100% something I convinced myself that I was when I was a kid.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
God, being a kid is so whimsical.
It really is. It's fun. It's whimsical.
Yeah.
It's silly. It's a good time.
It's too bad.
It's too bad. Yeah. But these are grown-ass adults, so they're fun and whimsical and having a great time.
They're having a good time.
Yeah. There is also another possible explanation for the lights turning on and off, which is a thing that is called cycling. And cycling occurs with certain street lamps that are made with high pressure sodium. So this actually comes from like a skeptic website. But they say if you live in an area that is not like as populated as like a big city, right? Like a bustling city.
Yeah.
They don't refresh the lamp bulbs as often, and the pressure will build up inside the glass of the light, and it doesn't have enough voltage to keep the light on, so it'll go out. But then when it cools down, the gas will condense again, and then the voltage will be able to turn the light on again. So these skeptics on this subject matter, they say like if you live in a place where the bulbs aren't refreshed as often, and you see them kind of like turn on and off as you walk by, then you're more likely to think you're a slider, but it's just because the lights aren't refreshed.
I did always wonder why they would turn off and on.
Well, it could have been that. Or you could have been a slider.
Well, here's the thing. If these people can do it anywhere, like, okay, then like bring them to downtown Pine.
Well, okay, so let's talk about this a little bit.
Okay.
So even though the term slider or SLI is technically called streetlight interference, a slider refers to so much more than street lamps. So most people who claim to be sliders experience things on a daily basis with appliances around their homes turning on and off.
Got it. Okay.
Lamps and television sets, for example. Light bulbs will blow out if a slider tries to like turn it on, or if they try to flick a switch.
Okay.
And the light bulb will just like blow out.
Mm-hmm.
The volume levels on TVs or radios will change when no one is near or touching a remote. Watches will stop working. Children's electronic toys will start up by themselves. And credit cards or magnetically encoded cards, so like gift cards, will be damaged or completely erased once it's in a slider's hands.
Got it. Okay. So it's like some sort of like magnetic thing is what it seems like.
Yeah.
Okay. Remember when you used to not be able to put your credit cards and stuff like by your phones?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it would like kill the credit card.
Never happened to me, but
I think it happened to me probably a few times.
But apparently with a slider, all they have to do is touch it and then whoosh.
Interesting.
It's done.
Well, don't give them a gift card for
Don't
Christmas.
give them a gift card because your money will be gone.
Yeah.
It'll be erased.
Waste. You know what I would do? I would just get them an empty gift card for their birthday.
Like, well, you're a slider,
and be
so
like,
obviously.
Here's a $200 gift card to Victoria's Secret or like whatever. I don't know why I'm buying them underwear, but something like that. Sephora. And then they're like, I tried to use it and it said it was empty. And I'm like, oh my God, girl, I forgot you're a slider. That's crazy.
That just makes you mean because you're tricking them.
Well, no, it validates them. They feel good about themselves. They feel good about me because they thought I spent $200 on their birthday. It's a win-win-win.
You know what? You're right.
I feel good about myself because I didn't spend $200 on this freak who thinks that they're magnetic or whatever.
So to me, a lot of like these things sound like things we hear in ghost stories, like specifically with lights turning on and off or children's toys turning on and off.
These are all things we've experienced.
Yeah.
Me and Amanda.
I mean, once again, I love when we can throw another theory in the ring of paranormal activity.
Yeah, but I don't think I'm a slider.
No, I don't think you. I think you're haunted. I don't think you're a slider. You definitely have a ghost attached to you for sure. But once again, we can throw this kind of in there with some of these like theories when it comes to paranormal activity. Like maybe someone doesn't have a ghost, maybe they're just a fucking slider, and that's why things are acting bizarre and haywire. You know what I mean? So people have been trying to like study this phenomena for years, but it is kind of impossible because sliders don't necessarily have control over these things. According to most sliders, it can happen randomly for a number of reasons. A lot of sliders say that these things occur when they're in an extreme emotional state. So it's kind of like based off of their mood.
Got it. Like 11 from Stranger Things.
Exactly. In 2008, the Daily Mail tried to put a 38-year-old woman named Debbie Wolf's SLI power to the test because they were kind of being assholes. It felt like they were like, let's see if she can really do these things. So they put a bunch of electronics next to her to see if anything would happen, and nothing did. And Debbie was like, well, that's because I have to be in like the right mood for these powers to work. It can't just happen willy-nilly. And of course, this just made people more skeptical on this idea, of people claiming to be sliders because they were like, clearly this is...
To me, like, these people don't sound like they're hurting anybody.
They're not.
Who the fuck cares if it's real or not, if it makes
and
them
also,
feel
like,
good?
once again, like, what... If they can't control it, like, let's, like, literally, right? Let's say that this is happening and somehow their energy is draining power or whatever from these lights. They can't even control it. So what, like you said, what can they do? It's not like it's not a power.
Yeah.
Like maybe it really is happening, but they're not doing it. Like there's nothing that can be done with it really. Yeah. So who's hurting anyone?
Yeah,
except for the streetlights.
Like, and who cares? Like,
exactly.
If they believe that they can do this, who cares if it's real or not?
Yeah, let them live.
They're not hurting anybody. They're not doing anything weird.
Yeah.
They're just like a little kooky.
Let them fucking live.
We're fine with kooky people.
Let them eat potatoes and let the sliders live.
Oh, man. It would be nice if you were a slider and you could steal energy from a light and then cook a potato with it.
Potatoes can light things, remember?
They can. I
remember
learned that
those fucking
in 5th grade.
Yeah, those fucking science projects we used to do.
Stuff in with the light bulb.
Oh my God.
I remember.
It's connected.
The dots.
I told you.
You're really on it.
I'm connecting the fucking dots today.
You're like a private investigator.
I literally told you that this was going to happen. I knew it.
You knew it because you have
psychic.
Precognition. Yeah.
But there's so many people out there that really do have these daily occurrences where things are just turning off. They're not working. It's super frustrating for them. So like they don't necessarily want this ability because we do live in a world where technology and electronics is really important. Like,
it's not fun.
No, we need it. So people are like, why would I want to have this? This is fucking annoying that I'm literally trying to type out an email and my computer's shutting off every 5 seconds. Like that would be I would throw things against walls and break things very often if this was happening to me.
Yes, you absolutely would.
Yeah. So when people do hear stories of other people that are sliders or deal with SLI, they tend to say like, you know what? I feel less crazy. I feel less alone because I know this is happening to other people and maybe it is real.
Yeah, fine. Have your Reddit groups. I don't think there's anything wrong or weird about that. Who cares?
So let's get into a couple like different experiences from people. So Aaron Sorkin, who is a very famous screenwriter and director.
I was going to say, what?
Yeah, he's done a lot of big movies. He actually claims that he has this ability.
Okay.
And this kind of came out one day when during a writer's roundtable at Siren Studios, all the lights like randomly went out.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess this was like the time where he was like, well, I guess I'll tell people about my power that I've had since I was a kid. I have the ability to, you know, burn out lights and stuff.
Okay.
So he told The Hollywood Reporter, I thought this was a crazy coincidence that I happened to be walking past a street lamp at the very moment that the bulb is done. There's a name for this. It's a real thing. It's called streetlight interference, and there are scads of websites devoted to the subject of this strange electromagnetic phenomenon. So he claims that he is a slider.
Okay. All right, Aaron Sorkin.
Yeah.
I like some of your stuff.
He's got some pretty good movies.
Yeah, and TV shows.
Yeah. Then there's a journalist that goes by the name Mike the Hiking Guide, and he wrote of his abilities. And he said that he can remember, you know, he was a young kid, he was in the car with his mother, and they're taking trips across the country. And he's in the back seat looking out the window, and he would see that the highway lights would go out one by one as they would pass by. But he didn't really think anything too much of it. He kind of just kept that memory locked in the back of his brain. And then years later, he was driving to and from work like every day. And every single time he would pass by the Fort Myers Southwest International Airport, the lights from the airport would go out when his car passed by it.
The lights in the airport?
Yes.
Like inside the airport?
I'm assuming outside the airport. Like, you know how they have all those bright lights?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he would like pass by in his car and those lights would go out.
Brother, I got to tell you, you got to stop driving past that airport. That sounds dangerous. That sounds like a liability. I would not admit to that if that was me.
And he said this would happen, you know, sometimes at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. It would happen at all different hours of the day. And every single time he drove past, this would happen.
Mm.
Then Mike, the hiking guide, same guy, in 2015, him and his friend Amanda Maltz were arguing like over something stupid one day when they both saw a string of Christmas lights turn on and completely light up in front of them, and none of them were plugged into anything.
Oh, interesting. See, that's now we're cooking with gas.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Sounding a little slidery to me.
A little bit, yeah.
With cheese.
With what?
Sliders with cheese.
Oh, with cheese, yeah.
So on liveabout.com, journalist Stephen Wagner interviewed a bunch of people that claimed to be sliders. One woman named Sarah said that there was a time where she had to have her like neck lasered. Didn't go into specifics, so I don't know exactly what it was. Maybe it was to erase her necklines. Maybe it was to erase a tattoo. I don't know. But it was going to be like a series of different appointments. And the machine broke 6 times on 6 separate occasions.
And they were like, okay, sorry, lady, keep your lines.
Literally, yeah. So I was like, I don't know what she's lasering, but it didn't seem like that was gonna happen for her. And this on liveabout.com, he had so many different like people talking about different types of things that would happen when they would experience these electromagnetic situations. So like some people would be like, oh, they would only happen when I had a really bad migraine, and then the lights would start flickering because my head was hurting type of thing. And then of course Reddit, you know, good old Reddit, has a lot of people telling their experiences and their stories. So I just picked a few of them that I thought were interesting that I'm going to read to you. So one user whose name is now deleted, little suspicious.
They took him out.
I don't know. They wrote, and I quote, I used to be a 911 dispatcher, and we had lots of tech equipment in a small office. I went through a period of extreme stress and anxiety. It didn't matter where I sat. Every time I ran a specific program, a loud zapping noise would come from the speakers. My coworkers thought it was maybe something in my bag, so I left all my belongings in my locker in a different area of the department. My director was going to have someone come fix the computer I was sitting at until everyone realized that it only happened when I was sitting at any computer and it didn't happen at any other time. It got sort of awkward once they realized it was really me. My coworker said it sounded like the computer was going to burst into flames.
Oh.
EMF also saps my energy and makes me feel nauseated. End quote. Then we have Fly Long Jumping 1816. And they wrote, my experience isn't so much street lights. I don't tend to go out much at night, but most electrical things don't like me. I can't wear watches. I've had 3 smartwatches this year alone, and they've all died after a week or so. The battery dies, then refuses to charge. I've had several laptops, all refuse to open apps or load pages at times and continuously go screwy. Mobile phone batteries only last hours sometimes. It's been the reason I renew my phone yearly. The battery stops charging or just can't hold a charge for very long. My current phone goes from 100% to 0 in 3 hours, even if not in use. 2 cars have broken due to monumental electrical faults. I unlocked my car and the immobilizer instantly activated. The mechanics were perplexed and couldn't deactivate it, so it never started again and had to scrap it. If I stand near the TV, it sometimes switches off, and walking through the electronics department in a store once caused all the DAB radios to go static.
Ooh, that's scary. That's really creepy.
After I'd walked through the aisle, they went back to normal. The guy in the shop even commented that it's a pretty cool superpower. Haha. If I go into the garden at night, the motion detector on our external light doesn't pick me up. However, it'll switch on for everyone else, including our 2 very small dogs. Light bulbs used to blow constantly, not so much now with energy-efficient bulbs. My kids always tell me not to touch their electronics or I'll kill it. And my husband comments that our house is the place electronics come to die. It's kind of comforting to know I'm not alone. I don't really mention it to anyone because most people think I'm nuts.
I would use that so hard to never have to work a day in my life.
I'm just saying, like, there's something to this.
No, I'm saying I believe her. I'm just saying,
yeah.
Immediately I would be like, well, I can't have a job or like a phone.
Yeah, like, what am I supposed to do? Everything dies around me. Like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah, I would just be like, this is like, I just have to live this really easy life.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Because what do you want me to do? Go to an office?
Just you eating potatoes.
Yeah, I can cook a potato over a fire.
Exactly.
And that's really what I think God intended when he created us.
Then Old Time Blues 97 said, my sister and I both have it. Hers is when she is stressed or angry and really is specific to streetlights. Mine can be that too. My other symptoms include watches and clocks. Batteries die and the hands fall off. I have had batteries die and hands fall off watches. I have had batteries die and hands fall off watches that other people around me are wearing.
Oh, wow.
Back in the day when we had Walkmans and CD players that ran on batteries, my mom would get so mad at me because batteries would go dead on me in hours and we were poor.
And batteries are expensive.
Yeah, they are now. Watches and batteries don't seem to be related to emotions. I also had a brief phase where steak knives would break apart in my hands, just snapping in half the metal part.
Okay, Superman.
Other odd metals that shouldn't break have broken my hands. Metal faucet, turn handles, a piece of rebar. Is that rebar?
Mm-hmm.
A piece of rebar, just random. Some interference with laptops and tablets, but it seems to be more related to things I am in physical contact with. Things like automatic sinks and hand dryers and toilets won't sense that I'm there. I once accidentally pulled the door off a van, but that may be about my unusual physical strength.
Oh, this guy thinks he's Superman for sure. This guy you would match with on a dating app and he would seem really cool and normal. And then he would start being like, sorry, can you open the door to the restaurant? I want to be a gentleman, but like I might pull it off its hinges.
I pulled off a door of a van. Like, okay, sir. Overall, I just call it the Kavorka, stolen from Seinfeld. And my Kavorka tends to be electrical or metal.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Sorry, guys. It might just be my unusual strength and capacity for love. Also, you should see what I can do with my tongue. That's basically what that...
No, literally. So, yeah, I don't know if this is like actual psychic power, considering that people can't control it. I don't know if it has to do with people that are like just extra sensitive to like spirituality or the paranormal.
Sounds magnetic. It sounds more scientific than anything else. I mean, yeah, right? Like we all, like humans, animals, whatever, we like all give off like energy and shit. So some people might just have fucked up weird
because a lot of theories do say like it could be energy that's transmitted through like your aura, which is like spiritual too.
Yeah,
I know you're more scientific than I am.
Well, I just am like, yeah, I can see like vibrational energy or whatever. Like the whole world is confusing and scary, and everything gives off different heat waves and energy waves and magnetic waves, right? So like maybe some people have some fucked up ones. I don't know. Yeah. Who am I to say no? Like so, if your phones are really breaking that much, like the batteries just stop charging, or like you pick up a credit card every once in a while and like suddenly it stops working. Like, yeah, okay, sure, why not?
That would frustrate me like no
Once
else.
Again, I would be like, sorry guys, I can't have a job
or money,
so I guess you're just gonna have to take care of me. I'm just a baby.
So really quick to close this out, I'm just gonna say it. Listen, I am
what craziness is about to come out of your mouth.
Okay, like you know me, I like to believe in these types of things. Like,
yeah, of course,
my mind is open.
Yeah.
So every morning I walk my dog, and when I walk my dog, I listen to a podcast pretty much like every morning with my headphones in. Specifically this morning, this literally never happens.
She adapted the power. Everybody.
Literally listen though. I'm walking Baloo, and I'm listening to a podcast where we get maybe 2 minutes down the street, and all of a sudden I hear like, you know, the sound. I don't know if you don't have Spotify, but when you pause something on Spotify, it goes bloop bloop bloop. Like it makes a sound.
Okay.
So my phone is in my back pocket, and I hear bloop 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 bloop, and it stops like playing. So I was like, what the fuck? So I pull it out of my pocket and it's paused. Like someone clicked the pause button. So I'm thinking, okay, my butt must have done that somehow. I don't know. So I press play again, put it back in my pocket. 2 minutes later, it does the same thing. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I put it in the bag that I'm carrying, because I was like holding a bag, put it in the bag. 2 minutes down the road again. Boop, 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 boop. Does it again. Keeps fucking pausing. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
It's Baloo.
So Baloo is a slider?
Yeah.
Maybe. So I changed the podcast.
Because you are like,
I'm thinking maybe it's this podcast.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Change the podcast. Keeps doing it. I get home. I unplug my headphones because I'm thinking maybe my headphone jack was like doing something weird. Because sometimes if you like unplug the headphone, it pauses.
Girl, I don't know. I haven't used headphones with a wire on them in
I know.
7 years.
I know. You made fun of me for that already.
Probably longer.
So I take the headphone out. I put the phone on the counter, and I wanted to finish this like podcast that I was listening to while I was making breakfast. So I pressed play again. I'm making breakfast, and fucking boop, boop, boop. It pauses again. This never happens.
That's so weird.
Isn't that weird? So listen, I'm not saying I'm a slider, but
no, that is weird.
I'm not saying I'm not.
This kind of stuff always happens to you whenever you research like a certain story, whether it be like a haunting or something. Like
because I think energy really does like
your body just like absorbs whatever you're reading.
I genuinely do feel like energy is something that like is unexplained, and I think you can emit energy, and it really does, like a tulpa, like when people create tulpas, right?
Yeah
like that. Like I think that you can do that for things that you're thinking. When I research things, I think that I'm creating whatever I'm researching, and it plays true.
You recreate it just a little bit.
That's what I think.
All right,
okay.
I
support me.
I am. I
Thank
literally
you.
said, yeah, that makes sense.
So much.
You're just microdosing whatever you're researching that week. That's why I'm microdosing potatoes this week.
I would rather be microdosing that personally. So that is streetlight interference and sliders for you guys today.
Yeah, I've been on the SLI Reddit before and read.
Oh my god,
many
people
a story.
Fight on that Reddit thread. Have you seen that?
Correct. Well, that's just Reddit in general, but yeah.
I was on one of them today, and people were so mean, like fighting with each other back and forth.
I don't even use Reddit, like I'm not like a user. I just like go on there to look at stuff sometimes, like especially if I want like an honest opinion of like a product or whatever. And I'm trying to plan my honeymoon right now. So I've been going on Reddit about like resorts or hotels that I've found because I want to go somewhere I've never been before.
Yeah.
And that's scary because you don't know
Of course.
how it's going to be. And the way that these people talk like it's their resort when somebody's like, honestly, I thought the food here wasn't that good. And like somebody who like loves the place will be like, actually, do you know that you're a fucking idiot? I'm going to come to your house with a gun. And it's like, whoa. All they said was like, the food is really not that great, but the drinks are like, you know, it won't even be like that. And somebody will be like, I've been going here with my family for the last 16 years. How dare you say that about sandals?
Straight up, I love sandals.
They lose their goddamn minds. It's so crazy. And I'm like, wow.
That's what people were doing on the Sli-ders Reddit thread. They were like, I really don't appreciate you making fun of this because I have this.
To me, I'm just like, why would you? I get like people are just rude and trolls and like whatever. Like, I love to make fun of people. I'm a hater, right? Like I love to make fun of people. I love to make fun of things that I don't understand. I'm all for that. I think it's a good pastime with like send an embarrassing post to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I will never understand the people who like feel the need to go onto a Reddit thread that specifically is not for you clearly and comment like, this is all, you guys are all so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like, why would you ever believe? Bro, you brought yourself here. It's not even like Twitter or like TikTok where it gets like pushed in your face. Reddit, you like have to look for these subreddits
because
like,
most people don't go on Reddit. What I didn't even start going on Reddit until we started this podcast.
A lot of people go on Reddit. I'm just saying, like, that's a very small subreddit. Like that person had to have actively found out what this is and actively searched for SLI subreddit to comment that shit.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's what's crazy to me. Where I'm like, they're not even bothering you, dude. Just like let them have their weird corner of their internet. Leave them alone. If you think you find something funny, screenshot it and send it to a friend. Have a laugh, and nobody gets hurt.
So true.
Why do you have to be a dick online? Only be a dick online to politicians and rich people.
That's right.
And racists. Yes.
But if anyone thinks they are a Sli-der, hit me up. Tell me your story.
I would love to hear it. Mind wide open.
Please. I want to know.
Everything's a mystery. Everything is magic until it's science.
Exactly.
I'll say it again.
Exactly.
Well, how about on that note, we end this episode with a listener story from Bob from New Jersey.
Bob from New Jersey, yes.
That's their name.
I love it.
So Bob from New Jersey, who's a cool kid, thank you for that, Bob.
From New Jersey.
Says, okay, here's my wife's story.
Perfect.
Wife guy?
Bob from
Sold.
New Jersey's wife?
Sold, Bob. You can feel free to use this as a listener story sometime if you would like to. And you can use my name, but I will not be giving hers.
Okay.
My wife and her boyfriend at the time were at a hotel. Saucy. The only thing that my wife remembers is looking up at the ceiling, and she described it as looking shiny, kind of like stars and or shiny metal or something like that. She knew something had happened, but she wasn't exactly sure what. Her boyfriend at the time said he saw her get taken. And this is one of those instances where I say by what or who, but they never talked about it. He also told her it wasn't the first time. But again, they never really talked about it. And he has since passed away, so it's not like I could even ask him.
What?
Unrelated.
Wait, okay. There's a lot going on here.
Now, I know that doesn't seem like much of a story, but to this day, she cannot watch anything like Close Encounters of the Third Kind or anything that might resemble what aliens are like. Also, for some reason, she also cannot watch the movie E.T., and I have not tested this theory, but she says that if it's on, she will curl up in a ball on the floor and basically have a panic attack. When I asked her why she can't watch these movies, she says she has no problem with movies like Men in Black or Mars Attack, and I quote, because that's not what they look like. So she has no issues with those movies because that's not what the aliens look like. But Close Encounters of the Third Kind, E.T., movies with real aliens.
I love E.T.
Also, if we're in the car, even in the dead of night, she has to have the sun visors up as she does not want to see the whole sky. If there are things in the sky that aren't stars, she has the star app to see what they are. And she is also very scared if it's not a planet or something that she can identify.
Oh my gosh.
So that's the story. I hope you find it as interesting as I do, because I know when she told me about it, it definitely left me wondering what the hell happened to her. I thought about having her try to do hypnotic regression, but the way that she's so scared of these things like close encounters and typical aliens, I don't know if that's such a good idea. Dang, that's crazy.
Bob from New Jersey's wife.
You for sure got abducted.
You've gotten abducted. So I'm assuming your wife does not listen to the podcast then, because we do talk about aliens sometimes.
Yes.
So
we at least don't show pictures of them.
We don't show pictures. That's true.
It is a podcast.
Wow.
Yeah. So her ex-boyfriend, she said she remembers being in this hotel with him, looking up to the ceiling, seeing something that looked shiny like metal or even stars in the sky. And when she asked her ex-boyfriend about it the next day,
he said that wasn't the first time.
Well, you got taken and that wasn't the first time.
Holy shit.
And now he's passed away, so they can't even get closure on. But yeah, like the visceral reaction of fear to like certain types of aliens, but then being able to watch Men in Black.
No, that's actually really crazy.
Yeah, that's very crazy. Huh. Well, if you have any updates on that, Bob from New Jersey, we would love to hear it.
We would.
Also, say hi to your wife for us.
Yes.
We love a wife. We love a wife guy.
We love a wife guy, and she seems like an icon. I don't know.
If you've been abducted by aliens, you're probably an icon.
Absolutely you are.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I have no fear saying that.
No, you're a fucking legend.
But yeah, thank you so much. If you guys would like to send in a story, you can do that at dtkpod.com/contact. If you are on our Patreon, you can do it through the direct message system on Patreon. And like I said, if you haven't left us a 5-star review, we totally would appreciate that. And most importantly, make sure you keep that front door locked.
Make sure you keep your mind open
and keep drinking the Kool-Aid.